It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Las Vegas. It's the Dolphins and the Raiders on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
A trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. Leading them out, it's the third-year man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I can do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Great beginning there under the bright lights of prime time.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in time is on you.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by last year's Super Bowl champion QB in his 14th NFL season now out of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully. Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
To Jefferson on the slant. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now a first down throw. Stafford.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Singletary.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Coming in to put a lick on him was Levante David.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Stafford now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. Stafford on 3rd down.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chip in. The kick by Maher is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. They tried the throw on 2nd down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. Allen's got it, complete.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Going back to Allen. He's got him again.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And his throw here is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this one caught by Cameron Braid. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Herbert back to the air. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
On first down, Stafford here. Caught by Wilson. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And a completion to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Stafford.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Stafford looks to throw again. Wilson's got it complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Here's Stafford. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He's got Allen.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Herbert. Allen's got it over the middle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Herbert. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
A give running left, it's Sanders. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. But hold everything because Darren Waller, the tight end, appears to be injured on that play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll go again with Sanders. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say for the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
shifts past him at the 45. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing is Stafford. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now Stafford.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line. On the give, this is Singletary. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford.
Finds the open target, Arnold. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
Marr able to put this one through, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Herbert on first down now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Herbert now. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, 57 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big playability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point by Carlson, up and go. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays.
And it was Hunter Renfrow who capped things off with a touchdown reception. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion. to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday you press it a little bit. This might be the case.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 64 yards. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. On first down, it's Herbert. Left side here to Sanders. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Herbert's Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Stafford. He's got it to Gibson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
But first, let's take a look back at action from earlier. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Jamal Agnew now to return it.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year, and they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Throwing on third down, Stafford. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on a punt for the first time tonight. .51 yards on the punt there. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards, the final tally. From the 50, here's Herbert. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again. Herbert got his man complete over the middle. It's Marshall.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Going back to Marshall. He's got him again. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
They'll run with Sanders. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Herbert has it knocked free.
And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Marr now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
He's going to keep this again.
And able to get this one across the 5 before he's brought down. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Play action. It's Herbert. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Caught by Allen.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They go back to the ground with Sanders.
He'll get this down to the 38.
From the 38, Herbert. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. He had the distance, but it's no good. Line to the right, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Stafford.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels. Got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And he wisely will throw that one away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again is Stafford. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. Throwing is Stafford. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Max Crosby coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it was hard for anyone to react.
After the sack on first down, Stafford.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Stafford.
Back to Gibson and another catch for him.
And He'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Maher is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post.
He's got a man, complete. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll go option to the short side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Herbert.
And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown Raiders.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And out come the Dolphins now. And right now, they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession, gigantic.
And they'll be stopped at the 8 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
I I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Herbert on first down now. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Sanders toss left side. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Herbert now. Allen's got it complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that one complete downfield to Allen. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far in this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very good defensively. Better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Herbert throwing again. They still can't get him. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On the draw, here's Sanders.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there. Making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Here's Herbert. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Akeem Hicks coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will bring the deficit back down to 3.
So he's good with that one, but remember, he did miss one earlier, and right now that's the difference in the ballgame.
And he knows it all too well, but also understands he can't dwell on it. He's got that one through. That's what counts at this point.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the fourth quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Miami. 61 yards.
Well, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They run here with Singletary, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devin Singletary, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time, they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
And now here come the Raiders.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
On first down, Justin Herbert. They'll fight. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
Inside the 20.
And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Marr on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
On first down, it's Herbert. He's got Allen. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 35-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Raiders.
Now it's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Going back to Allen. He's got him again. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And that's complete to Sanders. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. On 2nd and goal, Herbert.
And once again, this is Sanders. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and that may put a period on this AFC Championship game. A first carry for some, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now Herbert following the turnover. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal. Herbert. Sanders got it. Touchdown, Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, Pater. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. A give up the middle to Singletary. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. They go right back to Singletary. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for Miami. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So now London down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Their Super Bowl hopes hanging by a thread as they come up on first down.
Into the hands of Sanders. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple.
One last throw here for Herbert.
Gets this to Waller.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now third down and 6 to go. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Really a great season. Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all. And, you know, the winning side, they're so ecstatic. They're going to the Super Bowl. But for the guys that we're talking about, they've got to figure out how it's going to go next year. Are they going to be motivated by this loss? Or will this loss linger and really make them, make it tough for them to come out of the gate strong next year? Only time will tell. But they've got to find a way to use this loss and use it as motivation.